3 reasons to not buy a Medicare Advantage plan. What's up, friends? Rob Sevilla here, the Medicare Minister with Agape Insurance and Financial Group in North Mississippi. And today I'm going to give you 3 reasons that you need to be aware of before you enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan. Now, let me be very clear here. I'm not one of those Medicare advisors that just tries to slam on Medicare Advantage plans and think they're just the worst possible situation for everyone, because in my experience over the years, there are some clients that all they can afford is a Medicare Advantage plan. And if that's all they can afford, it's better to have something in place than nothing at all. So let me break it down this way before we dive into the 3 reasons that I want to give you today in this video. What is a Medicare Advantage plan? You probably have seen these commercials all over TV of these plans that are going to give you your medical and your prescription drugs and dental and vision and grocery benefits, et cetera, et cetera. Well, these are Medicare Advantage plans, and a Medicare Advantage plan just simply takes the parts A, B, and D, mostly D. There are Medicare Advantage plans that don't have a part D in it. That's a video for another day. But they take all of these parts into one plan. They combine them into one plan with a network of providers, and they give you all these extra benefits that you see here on the screen and more. So that's just a real simple definition of what a Medicare Advantage plan is. Now, let me dive into reason number 1 that you really need to be aware of before you sign up for a Medicare Advantage plan, and that is that they are networked based. The 2 most popular, 2 most common types of Medicare plans are known as HMO plans. Those are Health Maintenance Organization plans, or PPO plans, Preferred Provider Organization plans. The easiest way to remember the difference between the 2 is a HMO is very restricted, which means I can only go into the network with the doctors, with other providers, or in the hospitals. The only time I can go out of the network is if it's an urgent emergency situation. Now, I want to stop here, because if you're already on a Medicare Advantage plan and you go, well, I don't even know if I'm on an HMO or not. Well, the easiest thing to do is go get your card and look on the front of your card, and it's going to say HMO or PPO. In my professional opinion, if you're on an HMO today, I would definitely reach out to your agent and if you have one, and if not, we would be more than happy to help you. You can call the number on the screen if it's there, or simply look down in the video description and reach out to us. We don't charge anything for that, but we believe that you should be moved over to a PPO. So a PPO is less restrictive, and it allows me to go in and out of the network. Obviously, if I go in the network, I'm going to pay the lowest copay possible. But if I do go out of the network, or I'm referred to a doctor or specialist or a hospital at the network, I just pay a little bit more to get that service done. Okay, so once again, if you're on an HMO, the easiest way to find out if you have your card in your wallet or wherever you have it is to look on the front of the card and see what kind of plan you're on. And if you're not on an HMO, or excuse me, if you are on an HMO, then I would definitely find a way to get on to a PPO plan. I think that's the better benefit for you, especially if you do have some medical conditions, a lot of them going on, or if there's a possibility that you could be referred to some more doctors, okay? Reason number 2 is max out-of-pockets and copays. Now, this is a big one here, and what I've done is I'm using a tool that many Medicare advisors across the country utilize, and I'm looking here at the Aetna Freedom PPO plan, because that's a real popular plan in our area. And what I always like to show people is that is the out of network, or excuse me, in the network and out of network max out of pocket. Here's what that simply means. That means if I go and ring up $50,000 in medical bills this year, and I'm on this particular plan, the most I can pay in network, if all those providers, all those hospitals that I had to go to, God forbid, were in network, the most I can pay is $5,900. Why is that important for you to know? Well, because if all I had was just the red, white, and blue only, which I do run into some people from time to time, that's all they have is just Medicare only, because no one ever educated them that there's other options out there. They're going to pay 20% of that $50,000, because that's what you have to pay when you're on just Medicare only, just red, white, and blue with no other plan. That 20% is uncapped. There's no limit to it. So it's better to be on a Medicare Advantage plan, in my opinion, because they cap you out at $5,900 if all those providers, hospitals, and doctors were a network. Now, combined maximum out of pocket is $8,950. That means that out of that $50,000 that I rang up this year, that some of those doctors and hospitals and providers were out of the network, some of them were in the network. The most I would be responsible for is $8,950. Once again, if all I had was the red, white, and blue only, I would be responsible for $10,000. And that keeps going. If it was 100,000, it'd be 20,000, and keep going. The sky's the limit. There's no cap. So in my professional opinion, I still believe it's best for someone to be on a Medicare Advantage plan than just standalone Medicare by itself. Now, in regards to copays, there's copays built into the whole program. I won't get into all that today, but there's one that I always like to highlight with people, and that is this, that the copay for if you were to go inpatient today for days 1 through 7 is $295 a day. This is pretty standard, between $265 and $300. These plans say that you're responsible for that first up to 7 days. After that, as you see here, the plan pays through days 8 through 90. And then if you stay out of the network, obviously that changes to a 35% out of the network co-insurance. Okay, so that's one thing that I love people to know before they get into a Medicare Advantage plan, is a lot of times clients or Medicare beneficiaries just hear zero premium or low premium, and they make their decision based off of that alone. And then you see here ambulance copays, outpatient copays. Some of those ambulance copays start around $200 and go up. Outpatient copays start around $200 and go up. So these are things that you need to be aware of, nuances that are built into the plan that you need to be aware of. So to recap real quickly, reason number one is that they're network based. These are managed care plans, and I need to be aware that there are some restrictions. Okay. Reason number two is I need to be aware that there are max out of pockets, maximums that I'm responsible for, and copays that I'm responsible for, especially that inpatient copay. Okay, now let me stop right here real quickly. If you're getting value out of this video, please take a moment to like, maybe leave us a comment below if you've got some value out of this. Please turn on your notifications. That way you're notified every time we drop fresh content like this. Or if you know someone that needs to hear this information, please share it with them. This just simply helps us in the YouTube algorithm and helps us help more people by getting found by more people. All right, back to our regular scheduled programming. Reason number 3, and the final reason, is prior authorizations, or what's known as PAs. 70% of all the services that you actually need on a Medicare Advantage plan require a PA or a prior authorization. Now, I took a screenshot from an article online that says 4 and 5 Medicare Advantage enrollees are in plans that require prior authorization for some services. And you can see the percentages here for the different categories, for anywhere from durable medical equipment over to preventive services. And it says here at least 70% of enrollees are in plans that require prior authorization for durable medical equipment, Part B drugs, skilled nursing facility stays, and inpatient stays. Why is that important that you know this before you enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan? Because this is one of the most frustrating things that we hear from people that are enrolled in a Medicare Advantage plan, that they need something done. Even their doctor said they needed it done, and the Medicare Advantage company declines it, and then they have to file an appeal. And a lot of times their doctor has to get on the phone or a Zoom call with the carrier's doctor. And now the good news is, in many cases, the appeals overturn these prior authorizations, these decisions, and they're able to get the services they need. But still, it's just a very frustrating thing, a lot of red tape for someone who really needs. The good news is, this is according to CMS.gov, Medicare Advantage plans will find it harder to require prior authorizations for their coverage under a new final rule from the Centers of Medicare and Medicaid Services. This rule was announced on April the 5th, 2023. So reason number 3 is you need to be aware of prior authorizations before you sign up and enroll on a Medicare Advantage plan. And really, here's the best thing to do, is simply to reach out to a seasoned Medicare advisor like ourselves over here at Agape. Once again, the numbers on the screen or down in the video description. And we would be more than happy to review this for you. If you're already on one of these plans, we would like to review if you're on an HMO or PPO and make sure that you're on the best plan, because we see a lot of people on the wrong plans or are paying for plans that they could actually get at no cost for them. So that means if a Medicare Advantage plan is the best fit for you, we definitely want you to be on one if it's available in your area for a 0 premium. Or if you're new to Medicare and you're being told to go on a Medicare Advantage, you really need to utilize that open enrollment wisely. And we would be more than happy to review both of those options in your local area for you. And all of this is at no cost to you. Well, once again, I pray that this video has provided some value to you guys. God bless you guys, and we'll see you on the next video.